Ultimate Gardeners, welcome back to the Ultimate Gardening channel. My name is Emmanuel Arce, well known as the Ultimate Gardener. In today's exciting sprouting video, I want to give you guys an entire care guide on caladiums. I absolutely love caladiums personally. Here in FL, caladiums grow super well. You plant them in the ground, they naturalize very easily, and they have foliage growth all year round. I know in other zones they might not be the same because in winter they're technically bulbs and you have to store them and dig them up and stuff like that, which we're gonna go ahead and cover that today. So if you want to know every single point I'm gonna come across in today's video, please stay tuned with us. So Ultimate Gardeners, coming at point number 1 is watering. Watering is something gardeners struggle with a lot, and sometimes you have to go ahead and go step by step on watering tutorials with them, which I'm definitely going to do one soon when it comes to bulbs. But in this case, bulbs like caladiums, which are technically foliage plants, they do not like overwater. Especially caladiums, they will show you guys that they're not liking their water system and they don't like getting overwatered. Their stems will start getting mushy, their leaves will start turning yellow, and then they'll die back completely, and then they will never come back up again. Here in FL, the complete foliage growth could die back. You can literally forget about them, and then out of nowhere you'll see them pop up out of nowhere again, which is the exciting thing in a way, because we're underneath the mango tree right now, and we have a little circle raised bed around it, and I would usually throw my dead plants under there where it could decompose and feed the mango tree, and I completely forgot I threw caladium bulbs down there, and now they're starting to pop up, which I'm laughing because now I'm like, oh, I thought those died out, but then in reality they actually are still alive. But once again, overwatering is something gardeners struggle on. The trick I like to show all my fellow followers and my gardeners is that touch the soil. If it's moist, skip a day of watering. If it's dry, water that same day, because caladiums need to get water, but they don't like wet feet. Keep that in mind, because then if you overwater, your caladiums are not gonna succeed. So let's go ahead and move on to point number 2. Ultimate Gardeners, coming at point number 2 is sun exposure. All caladiums of all different sorts love sun. So you need to plant them in a full sun location, because with caladiums, they color up based on the sunlight requirements. So if you put them in a shaded location, their colors are not going to show that vibrant, but if you put them in a full sun location, their colors are going to be popping at you and smacking you in the face as like if you have not seen them before. And so their colors are so vibrant when they get exposed to full sun, but once they're in the shade and tucked away in the shade, their colors are not as vibrant, which I have definitely tested that, because I have a container right here that has a caladium in it, and the colors aren't that vibrant. Whether in front of the house we have another caladium, which their colors are vibrant and popping out like crazy. And so once again, you want to plant them in a full sun location to have their colors come out and give the best performance ever. So let's go ahead and move on to point number 3. So Ultimate Gardeners, coming at point number 3 is fertilizing. Fertilizing plays a huge role when it comes to caladiums, especially with all different bulbs, because bulbs, when they're treated differently, they perform differently. When they're not fertilized, their growth is way slower. When they're fertilized but not fertilized as often, their growth is way faster but not as fast. And when they're on a constant feed, their growth will grow like if they have never seen a tomorrow. So that's the good thing about fertilizing, because fertilizing provides a whole ton of things that we don't even know about, like nutrients and proteins that it provides to the plant that makes it grow way faster. It's actually sort of like a growth formula that helps it actually grow faster and give a big performance to you guys. And so that's why all of us gardeners stress out that fertilize your plants, because it actually helps and it gives off a great outcome. And trust me, I have done the mistake of forgetting to fertilize my plants, and then I'd be wondering, why are they not doing the best growth? It's because I'm not fertilizing them, but when I fertilize them, their performance is amazing. So once again, fertilize them every single month. It's also based on your fertilizer, because some fertilizers last longer, some last shorter. I use a Spoma Organic Bulb Tone or Plant Tone, which is a great alternative, and they last up to 1 month. And so I have to be out here in constant feed every month, which I'm okay with, because I love to see my plants thrive. So let's go ahead and move on to point number 4. So Ultimate Gardeners, coming at number 4 is pests and diseases. Every single plant out there is somewhat adaptable to some type of pest and disease, and they always fight against it, but sometimes you have to help it out a bit. Here in South Florida, the humidity brings a ton of whitefly and powdery mildew. And so when it comes to caladiums, the pest I usually see on caladiums is aphids, powdery mildew, and whitefly. But I know in other zones there's such things as budworms and stuff like that, which do damage the leaves of plants, which we do want to help prevent that. And our all organic spray that I would recommend to all gardeners is neem oil. Whether it be a brand that you love, every single product or spray brand out there should have neem oil, because neem oil helps combat that disease and pest, and it's an all organic plant-based solution which help prevents it. And let me tell you, I have used neem oil in the past and I've seen great outcomes of it, because it works on an instant. But once again, if you spray, you have to make sure that there's at least a 3-day clear with no weather, no rain, no nothing, because the entire product cannot be washed away immediately, or it won't even work at all, because it's technically like giving a treatment to something and completely wiping it off, which you don't want that to happen. So you want to have a no rainy day for 3 days straight, and you want to constant spray it so you can have an outcome faster. So let's go ahead and move on to the final point, number 5. So ultimate gardeners, coming at number 5 is trimming back or cutting them back. I know in other zones, like zones 8 and below, caladiums have to be cut back because there's such things as winters where the caladium's foliage does die back and you have to store the caladium bulbs, which I know there's different gardeners out there that show how to do that. And so when it comes to cutting them back and trimming them back, it's super easy. You just cut the leaves back and then you store them up. But it's something you have to stay on top of, because I know some gardeners in colder zones like 6 and 7, they are required to dig them up. If not, the bulb will freeze and it will end up dying. Here in southern Florida, we don't have to cut them back at all because their foliage stays green the entire season, meaning spring, summer, fall, and winter. Occasionally, when they need to set back their time and completely have a new reflush of foliage growth, they will die back, but then they'll come back with a vengeance and come out with bigger leaves, vibrant colors, and stuff like that. And so you have to stay on top of that, and you have to see what you have to do with your Pacific zone. There's so many gardening videos out there that show you the things you have to do when it comes to caladiums and winter. Here, I don't know if I'll be able to show you because we don't have no winter at all. The coldest temperature we have gotten to is only 50, and that's it. And so, but caladiums are very hardy, and I know that, you know, from experience, because I've been growing caladiums since day one and I absolutely love them. And there's something, that's the plant I have to have in every single garden I am in, because they are super big performers and they absolutely stand up to what they stand for. So let's go ahead and wrap up this video for you guys. So ultimate gardeners, that's gonna be it for this exciting sprouting video. Once again, I gave you guys an entire step-by-step tutorial on how to care for your caladiums. I love caladiums, and hopefully you guys love caladiums too. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to support my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to get notified when a new exciting spawning video comes out, just like this one, make sure to hit that bell notification button so you get notified when a new exciting spawning video comes out. Thank you all so much for watching, and never forget to grow big, ultimate gardeners. Bye guys.